Hello and welcome. In this video I'm going to complete a series of tasks for BGP on OcNOS devices. The list of tasks says on R12, which is this router in AS400, set meta attribute to 400 for R6, which is going to be a router in the upper autonomous system. This means that when we increase the metric on this, router 6 is not going to be the preferred entry point towards my network, so this link is not going to be utilized. The other link is going to be used for this purpose. And based on the task, it says that router 4 should choose R7 toward us, which one router 4 is up here and should come through this link toward us. So let me just increase the zoom a little bit so that you can see better into our network. And for now, I'm going to go to router 4 and see what we have from AS400 and which one of these two routers are our entry point toward AS400. So if I just go to router 4 and say show IP BGP, the ones that are interesting for me are these ones from AS400. And per your vision, you can see that this says that 10.6.12. This is router 6. This is the entry point towards our network. We want to change this fact. Now, I have spoken about the best path selection criteria in one of the videos, and in that I have just said that setting med value is not going to be an effective way of configuring anything. So I'm sending a metric value towards, for example, this, and I expect that router 6 increase the cost for this specific adjacency. This is going to happen. But what happens if on router 6 we set local preference to a lower value than router 7? You know that local preference is going to be checked before med, and if local preference matches, then med is not going to be checked. So that is not a good idea. The best way is just to collaborate with this autonomous system. Perhaps it is a service provider, and then figure out a way to use communities to do that. But now the task says med should be used. Anyway, regardless of the our design aspects, I'm going to just do this based on what I am asked for. So I'm going to go to router 12. On router 12, I'm going to say show run router BGP for my current configuration. You can see that I have already sent something to router 6, which is my prefixes only, and this is a route map. I cannot really set multiple route maps outward. I can have a route map inbound and a route map outbound. I cannot have multiple. So I have to just change this route map a little bit. So if I just say show run route map and hit enter, this is the route map that I already have. So let's just do this. Configure terminal, and I'm going to go to this route map, and you can see this route map has a match, doesn't have a set. And because this is going to match everything that I am sending to the other side, and it is going to stop anything from other autonomous systems, if I create a new entry with permit 20, then everything that is not going to be matched by this is going to fall into that. For example, the prefixes that I have received from AS300 is going to fall into that. But because we are not sending this to the other side, whatever we set for the metric is not going to be effective. So what I have to do is to just change it for my own. So I'm going to just go to this and set a metric for here. We already have a match, that's okay. So I'm going to say set metric. Metric is going to be the med value, and it can be configured up to 4 billion. So let's say based on the prerequisites, I'm going to set it as 400. Then I'm going to say commit, and because this is already attached to this neighbor, that's going to be okay. Now let's save the configuration, and then I'm going to say clear IP BGP any outbound. That's going to be enough. I'm going to go to router 7, and I'm going to clear everything inbound and then outbound toward router 4. On router 6 the same thing, inbound from router 12, outbound to our router 4. On router 4 I have to just clear inbound. Now I'm going to check the BGP values. Now you can see that the metric has been set to 400, and for now it says that router 6 is selected for this. What did I do? Did I send it to router 6 or 7? I sent it to router 6 based on what I have here. But something interesting here is I still am using router 6 for this. So if I just set the show the metric, that is what I have. Let me just do this one more time. Show IP BGP, and I'm going to use this one. I have not set metric for router 7, so why do I have something like this? Let's go back to router 12 and see what we have in our configuration. Oh, we have set this to router 7 as well because of something. So what we need to do is to modify this a little bit for router 7. So let's just do this because I didn't check this completely. What I am seeing is I'm sending MED to both of them, and the fact that the same route map is used for this is going to cause us some trouble. So let's do this. I'm going to show run route map, and I'm going to create 2 of these. So first of all, I'm going to say, let's just use this and open a notepad. On this I'm going to create this one to R6, and then create another one to R7. In R7 I'm not going to set any metric. So I'm going to copy this, go to configuration mode and paste it here. Then I'm going to go to router BGP 400, address family IPv4 unicast. Then I'm going to remove this, and by saying no this, but for R6 I'm going to say to R6, and also I'm going to remove this, but having this to R7. So I'm going to commit this configuration and save it. So if I just say show run route map, now you can see the route map that I have created, and I am using. The one that goes to router 6 is setting metric, but the one that goes to router 7 does not do anything. So let's just clear IPBGP any out and clear everything on router 7 and router 6. So let's just copy this and paste it here on router 6 and router 4, of course, although I do need outbound. Then I'm going to say show IP BGP. Now things have changed. You can see that now router 7 is used because router 6 is seeing that as a high metric value, and it is not going to install it. So if I just say show IP BGP this one, you can see that it says this metric is 0, so I'm going to use this one, but the other one has a high metric of 400, so I'm not receiving this anymore in my BGP table, and I'm not installing this in my routing table. So that's it. But just to see the metric values, if I just go to router 6 and say show IP BGP, now you can see that whatever I'm receiving from here has a high metric of 400. that's this. And just to check everything again, I'm going to say trace route and hit enter. Protocol is IP, name of the VRF, that's okay. Target IP address is going to be, let's say, 12.12.12.12. Source IP address is going to be 4444, and the rest, of course, is going to be hit enter, 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 and you can see that it goes toward router 7, which is per request of the task. So that's it, and I hope this has been informative for you, and see you in next videos.